The Pixel 10 Pro XL is almost here, and the big question is whether Google's new Tensor G5 chip will finally make it powerful enough to compete with other flagship phones. On paper, things look promising, but when we look at the actual benchmark results, the story isn't as simple. Google is set to officially announce the Pixel 10 lineup on August 20th. The highlight this year is, of course, the new Tensor G5 processor. What makes this chip special is that it's the very first one Google has designed fully on its own, without Samsung's help. Even more interesting is that it's being built by TSMC, the same company that manufactures Apple's S-series chips, and Qualcomm's Snapdragon processors. That alone gave fans high hopes. For years, Pixel phones have been criticized for falling behind in raw speed. Previous Tensor chips, built in partnership with Samsung, always trailed Qualcomm and Apple in benchmarks, so when people heard Google was switching to TSMC, many assumed this would be the breakthrough year. Finally, Google could close the performance gap. But now, fresh benchmark leaks suggest the reality might not meet those expectations. The Pixel 10 Pro 40 recently appeared on Antutu, one of the most popular benchmarking platforms. It scored 1,140,286 points. That's a solid 15% jump compared to last year's Pixel 9 Pro XL, which scored 983,628. On its own, that sounds like great progress. A year-over-year jump of over 150,000 points is nothing to ignore. The problem is what happens when you compare that number to other flagship phones of 2025. For example, Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite, which powers many of this year's top Android devices, delivers scores that make the Tensor G5 look weak. The Red Magic 10 Pro sits at the top of the chart with a massive score of 2,662,615. Samsung's Galaxy S25 Ultra isn't far behind, with 2,164,612 points. That means Google's flagship chip is not just a little behind, it's more than 1 million points behind the very best Android phones. And that puts the Pixel 10 Pro 40 in an awkward spot. It raises the question, is this really fast enough for a phone that now costs as much as other premium devices? The reaction from fans has been mixed. Some people were really excited when they heard Google was moving to TSMC. They expected a dramatic leap in performance, something closer to Qualcomm or Apple levels. Others, however, argue that benchmark numbers don't tell the whole story. Pixel phones have never been about raw power. Instead, they focus on Google's unique features, like advanced AI tools, excellent cameras, and clean software. In fact, Google has been very clear about this. Last year, a member of Google's product management team, Sonia Jobin-Putra, said the company doesn't design chips to top benchmarks. Instead, it builds them for efficiency and for features that matter to Pixel users. That includes things like faster photo processing, smarter voice recognition, and longer battery life. So while the Tensor G5 might not be able to beat Snapdragon in speed, it could still deliver a great user experience. The average smartphone owner isn't running heavy benchmarks all day. Most people use their phones for social media, messaging, browsing, and photos. For those tasks, even the older Tensor G4 was more than enough. That's why you rarely hear Pixel owners complaining about their phones feeling slow. If anything, most users are happy with the smoothness and the extra AI features that make Pixel phones stand out. But there's another side to the story. Not everyone is an average user. Power users and mobile gamers care a lot about performance. For them, the Pixel 10 Pro 40 might not be a great option. If you want the fastest possible phone, the Red Magic 10 Pro or Galaxy S25 Ultra clearly deliver much more power, and this matters even more now because Google is charging premium prices for its phones. The Pixel series used to be seen as a value choice, offering great cameras and software at lower prices. But with the Pixel 10 Pro XL, Google is asking buyers to pay as much as they would for a Samsung Galaxy or even an iPhone. At that price, many people will expect the same level of performance. So while the Tensor G5 is definitely an improvement, it may not be enough to satisfy everyone. For loyal Pixel fans, the chip will probably do just fine. They'll still get Google's signature AI features, great photography, and years of updates. But for users who want the absolute best speed and gaming performance, the Pixel 10 Pro XL will likely fall short in the end. The big story here is not about Samsung holding Google back, as some people thought in the past. Now that Google has designed its own chip and moved production to TSMC, it's clear this is simply Google's philosophy. They're not chasing benchmark crowns. They're building phones for their own vision of what matters most. The Pixel 10 Pro XL is faster than before, but whether it's fast enough really depends on what you value in a phone.